The program is centered on Joy, played by Toni Collette, and Alan Richards, Stephen Mackintosh, a couple who decide to embark on an open relationship after the life between the two of them has dwindled. Now, Nick has opened up on whether the BBC asked him to rein it in on anything considering the drama's content. As well as, the show also features drug-taking and some strong language. Nick explained to press including express.co.uk, "There weren't huge things, but smaller things. I don't think I realized how much swearing it had. There were a couple of times where I thought, does this scene need 15 fs? And you go probably not, so trim a few of them back." There was never anything that was forbidden because it was the BBC. As long as everyone could understand that an explicit moment had to be in the story, there was never a problem with it. It was only if we had something that we didn't need and we were trying to be salacious or titillating, but then you'd cut it, and all for the good. The official synopsis for Wanderlust reads, after years of marriage, Joy and Alan Richards find themselves in a rut. Therapist Joy is trying to find a way to keep her spark with her husband, following a cycling accident which has put their life on hold. Suddenly Joy and Alan find themselves drawn to new people, and both are tempted to make the ultimate indiscretion. With their marriage in crisis, Joy comes up with an audacious, unorthodox, but potentially brilliant proposal that will have huge ramifications for the future in light of the nature of the role. Academy Award nominee Toni also spoke out if nerves ever got in the way. "You can't half-heartedly act Al scenes, you have to make it feel real, because you can tell when you're watching something if it's not energetic," she said. "So, I was nervous at first, but it's such a part of Joy and Alan trying to find a way of making their relationship sustainable, and I guess the more steeped I was in the story the easier it became, to be honest. By the end of it I had no concerns about it. It's part of the character's arc and narrative, so it's not gratuitous in any way. It's just these people and what they're going through. It's part of a larger journey. It's very much part of what they're exploring and feels quite natural, as it should." Toni's co-star Stephen admitted that while he was nervous to start with, he found himself being taken out of the story. "Of course, I was incredibly nervous to start with," he shared. "But I think with on TV, when I watch something, sometimes I'm taken out of the story and I feel like I'm suddenly watching two actors in an explicit scene rather than characters. I feel with this, it's so intrinsically part of it in the way Nick writes, the awkwardness, the fumbling, the moments in between, that's what takes the curse out of all of that. It's really rooted in these people trying to figure things out, and that feels completely real for me." Wanderlust launches tonight at 9 p.m. on BBC One.